In this video, I'm going to teach you how to zigzag up a tricky hill climb. So when do you need to use this? When you're riding as hard as you can and as fast as you can and you can't quite make it to the top. You get about 3/4 of the way up and the rear wheel starts spinning and eventually you come to a stop. So what do you do here? You don't want to turn the bike around and go all the way back down the hill and try again. So what you can do is you can zigzag. If you change the direction of the bike so you're facing diagonal, then you can ride across the hill climb, which means it's not as steep. This turns the hill into a side hill. So here are a couple of things you need to do to execute the zigzag properly. So when you fail to make it up the hill climb, the first thing you need to do is change the direction of the bike. The easiest way to do this, if the hill is really steep, is to get off the bike and you want your body on the inside of the bike. So you're using your hip pressed up against the bike and you are wheeling the bike into the direction that you want in order to make an angle up the hill. By using the support of your body and your hip, you can control how much the bike moves. And you use the clutch and the accelerator to pop the front wheel, and this enables the bike to change direction more easily. In this clip that I'm showing now, we have Konstantin trying to do this maneuver. The issue that he's having that means that it's not perfectly smooth or as easy is his body is on the outside of the motorbike, so he's losing control of the bike. What we want to do is ensure that we are on the inside of the bike, and that will give us more control when we are pivot turning or just popping that front wheel to the right position. Now, if we look at the clip of Kevin trying to do the same maneuver,
oh my fuck!
He wheelies quite well, but the issue he has is he does it too aggressively with too much revs. Really, we want to do it gently and smoother, so then we have more control over the bike. So Kevin has more control of the front wheel coming up, but he uses too much throttle, and also he needs to ensure that where his tyre is placed, there is traction or there is a lack of rocks and stones that's not going to make the bike lose control. Something to remember when we are riding up the side hill is to put pressure into the outside foot peg. If you see this clip of Konstantin, he is putting pressure in the outside foot peg, and that ensures that the tyre has a lot more traction. Now, if we look at the clip of Kevin, he is not putting enough weight in the outside foot peg, and this is why the rear tyre keeps sliding down the hill. So make sure that we've got enough weight on the outside foot peg when we're riding across a hill. The next thing to remember when we're doing a side hill is to lean the bike away from the hill. The instinctive thing to do is to lean your bike towards the hill, because then it feels like you're not going to fall down the hill and go tumbling down, which I understand. When it's steep and rocky, you don't want to do that because it's going to hurt. But counterintuitively, if you want more traction on the rear tire, you actually need to angle the bike away from the hill. This means that more of your tire will be digging into the dirt and wider part of the tire will have traction, and this will ensure that your rear tire doesn't slide down the hill. Another thing to think about when we are changing the direction of the bike or we're pivoting the bike into a different angle is to make sure that our tire placement is correct. So we may need to roll the bike backwards, or we may need to kick rocks away, or even spin the rear tire, and that will eliminate any uneven surfaces that may cause the rear tire to slip. The final technique that I'm going to talk about when we're stuck 3/4 of the way up the hill is maybe we try to get going, it's a bit too steep and a bit too slippery, and we just keep spinning and we can't get up the hill. So a technique you can do is actually get off the bike and push the bike. This may sound very basic, but if you've tried everything else, using the throttle control and the clutch as you would as if you were on the bike, with that added push can actually get you out of that sticky situation. And if you can just get yourself to a part where there's more traction or it's a little bit less steep, then you can ride off from there. If you enjoyed this video, then check out one of the videos on screen now. And if you'd like your very own Dirt Bike Academy jersey, then check out the product that's also on screen now. Thank you.